Salvation.
Made with Zion Radio Sweet Connection.
Salvation.
Zion them get some mango.
Salvation.
Accept Jesus, my brother, my sister.
Salvation. 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 Salvation.
Heaven pali pali.
Salvation. 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 Accept Jesus. I shun the devil was number one.
Praise God, everyone. Hope you're good. Yes, I'm called Ziwa Richard. My full names. I'm a Muganda. Yes, Nedira Nyonyi Nyange. Yes, but AKA, which is a gospel artist. Yes, I grew up from Namungona. Yes, my father is called KIJAMBIYA Peter, and my mother, Naswa Miriam. But I grew up with my father and my stepmother. Yes, my stepmother's name, she's called Nanjagala Eva Chambade. I grew up from Namungona, Luyinja. As I told you, I grew up with my father and stepmother. Yeah, so life started when, I grew up, I came to understand life when I'm with my father and my stepmother. But at first I didn't know that she was my stepmother. Not until I had, I had some difficulties at home, like, the names they used to call me, the harsh things I passed through from the homes, because when I was still young, I grew up with my siblings, my siblings, but they used to call me to always tell me that you're not from our mother's side, Mama Fesia Kuzala. So I used up, hearing those words. Then the abuses, my stepmother used to abuse me. Yes, he used to abuse me big things that Mulambo Gwe, Masila Gwe. So those things, when I do something small, maybe at home as a child, my punishment was so big. So I came to understand that maybe this is not my mother, because when I came up growing from nursery, I went to middle, I went to top, because I studied my school there in Namungona. There is a Catholic church called St. Kizito. That's where I started my school from, my kindergarten. Yes, then I came to know, because life at home was kind of, I was not loved as a child from day one, because my stepmother used to mistreat me, beat me harshly. Because the neighbors, because my brothers were, when they do something, they could, maybe get some small punishment. But me, I used to get big punishments. So I came to understand that this is not my mother. Yes, so they used to tell me, even the kids, the siblings used to tell me that Mama Fesia Kuzala, you're not from our mother's side. So maybe when we are at school, maybe like guys have come to pray with us, the kids, the neighbors' kids. So then out of a sudden, your brother tells those kids that Mama Fesia Kuzala. So sometimes it made me feel bad. Yeah, the abusers, because for me, I still remember all the abusers that abused me when I was still home. Yes, they used to maybe my mother used to, my stepmother used to tell me big things. At Mulambo Gwe, when you do something, say Mulambo Gwe, Masila Gwe, Imbizi Gwe. So even she used to bring in my mother things which I don't know, that Oli Musirunga Mama wo. So me, I'd never seen my mother. I grew up seeing this woman. I grew up seeing my father and my siblings. Yeah, that was life. But life went on, because I was a child. I had to obey whatever they used to tell me. But me, I remember in my childhood, I still remember my room, because everything I could just run to my room, then I cry. So my room was my friend, because whenever I didn't know anything sincerely, and my father couldn't explain to me what was going around. So I just grew up hearing all this. Maybe I remember one day my stepmother, I did something wrong. Maybe as a child, I was like a stubborn kid. But my mother held my legs and hit me on the bed, my head like this. I still remember those things. So the way they used to beat me, it was not the way they used to beat my brothers. My mother could come back and they lock themselves in a room with my siblings. They eat maybe some nice things, and I wasn't called. So I came to know that she's not my mother. Then that made me to relax, because first of all, I was fearing her so much, so much. She was a very harsh woman. So life went on, nursery, then I went to primary, 1, 2, 3, like that, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4. Then I became to understand, but I had never seen my mother. Then, when I went up to P7, P7, I sat my P7, I got a first grade, I got 10 points, yes. Then, that's where my father started speaking to me, because I started asking my father, where is my mother? Because I had never seen my mother. Then they started explaining to me, your mother is somewhere in town working, and she's there, one day she'll go and see her, like that. But I remember there is a day my mother came at home, looking for me. She brought things. She brought, by that time we had a liquid called Libena. She brought Libena, she brought bread and all that. So when she came, they told me, that's your mother, because my father invited her to come and see me. Maybe they sat with my stepmother, and they came to an understanding whereby they wanted me to see my mother. So she came home. She came with those drinks. She gave me a drink. I had 2 siblings at home, my brother and my sister. So she brought those things. Then after, she went back. Then that was my first time to see I was still young, but I remember I saw her. After going, we took the drinks, but after my sister got maybe some stomach ache, and I still remember. I've spoke this because I still remember it. Then they say that my mother has brought, how can I call it? My mother brought Libena, and she has put some things to maybe she has put some poison. She wanted to kill my sister. We all took the Libena, but as kids, my father explained to me that kids, that day that girl ate a lot of things, and she got some problem in the stomach. That became a big abuse to me. Wherever I could do, you mama oya wa muganda wangu obutwa, mama oya dasemu mwana wange. So that was some other abuse they used to tell me, which made me feel uncomfortable. Because sometimes we used to be in the same schools, and these things, you at school, your friends. Maybe your friends are there, your brother comes and speaks up something. Mama fesia kuzala, mama yawa devtata muganda belo butwa. So those things made me uncomfortable. And I grew up, I got a dream when I was still young. I got a dream that my dream was leaving home. I was dreaming the day I will leave home officially. So I had to leave home, but now I had to leave after my senior P7. After, of course, I sat my P7 away from a school called St. Teresa, Sinbuyege, Kasanje, those side. I got a first grade. So that was my time to leave home. But I got another dream when I was still young. I admired President Museveni. So I also wanted one time to be a president of Uganda. Then there's a woman, she's a Muslim. Whenever things went wrong at home, she used to call me and give me food, maybe if something. She was a Muslim, but she told me, whenever they don't give you food at home, just run to my place. Then I told her that I want to run away from home, but I have a dream of being a president. Then I told her, what does it take to be a president? Then she told me, you have to compete senior 6. So now the journey continued, because I had to compete senior 6. Yes. So I had to run away from P7, but I never ran away because I had to compete senior 6, because she told me you have to first complete senior 6 to talk anything about, you know, being a minister or what. Those are the papers, the first papers they ask. Then I struggled. My father took me in a good school, St. Matthias Kalemba. So I went to St. Kalemba, senior 1, senior 2, senior 3. But even me, personally, I was a stubborn kid. Because I remember they gave me suspension from St. Kalemba, being stubborn. Then my father brought me to a school called St. Andrews Kawala. Then from St. Andrews, they also gave me suspension. Then they took me to Caltech Academy, Makerere. So Caltech Academy. But from P7 up to senior 4, that was a very big journey at home, because things became so hard. My mother thought I was going to be the heir. My stepmother. Yeah, my stepmother thought that I was going to be the heir. So that made things difficult at home. Everything was difficult. Me, when I grew up, life became so hard. This woman could quarrel. This woman could beat me. But one thing I think about her, she accepted me to she was, with education, she was good. Because man, my father used to take us in good schools, all of us, and I was not taken in a poor school, because my sister was in Namagunga, my brothers in St. Augustine, Miss St. Matthias Kalemba, so our young sister Victoria's. So our dad wanted us to study, and me too, because I was a bright kid in school. Because in all our family, I was the first person to get a first grade, and I maintained that. Then I was doing well. That's why I was in good schools. So life was so hard. You know, I remember I told you, one day my mother beat me so hard, and she told me, "Only for Zunga." It means I won't be anywhere. I'll be a sport kid and all that.
Muje tucheze Zana guy Run beat
Mr. Big Sounds
Tuwangude Ya tuwanguza Ne tuwangula Tuliwa wanguzi
Yes sir.
Tuwangude Ya tuwanguza Ne tuwangula Tetulemwa Touch your background.
Yes boss.
Focus on the future, not retreat, not surrender. Oyo sala yali mugumba ku myaka kyendera yamala gwe n'azaala. Oyo sala yayingira lebo buwala ne busekera yamala gwe n'azaala. Teba musala yamuzaala Isaka salamu wanguzi.
Yes sir.
Teba musala ya muzala Isaka salamu wanguzi. Tuwangude ya tuwanguza ne tuwangula.
My mother my stepmother loved those things of witchcraft, because we used to see them at home, bringing those things. You can see things going on home, taking a pipe, smoking a pipe, doing some things at home. So, but there's a thing which happened to me. She wanted me, that's what they told me. She wanted me to be a mad person. Then after, maybe she went to the shrine and did all those things. But maybe where did she do a mistake? It was not me who went mad, it was her, our sister. So we also we have a mad sister. She's insane. She's what? But she wanted me to be like, whenever I see that sister of mine, that was the way she wanted me to be. So you know those people at home, Baganda people, they have to know, because in our family we have never got any mad person. So they went and they also went to those people. So they told them, yes, this woman went to somewhere and she did the medicine, but that medicine never touched this Richard. but she instead made a mistake and her own daughter went mad. So it was a lot. But me, I passed through, and I remember in senior 4, there's a day in my vacation, she made sure that my dad chases me home. So they chased me home at first. Then I started doing karaoke. That was senior 4 karaoke. Then I struggled, started those things of going to bars, dancing karaoke, because I liked music. So when they chased me, I joined those boys. Then after the papers came back, I remembered that I have to be a president, I have to sit senior 6. Then papers came when I've done proper, when I've also got a first grade. So I went to my dad after with my results, and I told Dad, I know you people don't want me home, because I was now a big man. I told them, I know you people don't want me home, but give me a chance to go to senior 5 and senior 6. Then Dad gave me a chance. He took me to Uganda Matters, Lubaga. Then I went there for my A level. Yeah, so I studied senior 5 and senior 6. Then after senior 6, I started my senior 6. Then in vacation, I had to go back home. So when I went back home, I found that I got misunderstandings with the stepmother. So they separated. After separating, it was a very bad separation, because they had to do divorce, all those things and what. And this woman, the stepmother, had 5 kids at home, plus me. I was the 6th. Yeah. So after separation, the mother went, Daddy remained alone. So you know men, our dad married again, brought in another woman. So when this woman came with a vision of owning our father, owning every property. So first of all, she had to fight with the kids of the other stepmother. Then she fought, those kids fought, and she made sure that they chased all the big kids from home. And they started selling off Daddy's property. She explained this to our dad, and Dad bought it. They sold off those things, and they bought new things in her names. You know those things. So, but before she had to do that, she had to fight these stepmother's kids to go away from home. And our dad loved that woman so much, that new woman. So whatever she said our dad was doing. One time they chased our sister away from home. And I was like, what's up with this? Our daddy was so hungry. Whenever he could come back, mukuze, mumvire, wange, those things. I said, what's up with our dad? So, but me, the woman said, Richard is okay, because she knew about my story, that I was, this woman, mistreated me, all those things. So she first loved me so much. And I said, okay, you also love me, because I was not loved at home. So I also felt good that now I'm loved by this new woman. She can take me, and sometimes she could tell me, drive me to this place, like those things, because at home we had cars. Yes, so I felt so loved. She loved the neighbors. So this woman was so. She was a muyai. You know someone who's a muyai. So she came with a lot of energy. She sold off Daddy's things, but buying new things in her name. So because I couldn't enter those issues of that. It's my daddy's property, not my property. If they're selling off their property, it's me. I'm not concerned. But what brought me, I started asking myself questions. Now where are my sisters going? These are young kids. Yes, I understand. I was mistreated by their mother, but for them, they're my sisters, they're my brothers. Then I started, because I'm the eldest. I'm the big brother. I'm the firstborn. So then I started asking myself, what's up with this? Okay, you've come and you want to, but why do you chase away these people? So there was our dad adopted a kid. So from day one, we knew this kid as our brother. But when this woman came, he chased away this kid. So that was the struggle at home. She only left these young kids. And I remained, because I was not sleeping in the main house, I was sleeping in the quarters. Then from there, they wanted to sell the quotas. So the next thing was to fight with me. Then they fought with me. Dad started telling me, oh, Kuze, you have completed senior 6. You are above 18 now. This is your time to leave my home. That was 2010. If you leave my home, my dream was going to campus. Then they started fighting me. Then one day, Dad came in on, when I was sleeping. He knocked all the windows, all the windows. And then he went to police. Told me, this guy, he came when he's drunk, he has taken drugs, then he knocked all the windows. He did malicious damage to my property. I don't want him in my house. Then police came and arrested me because he had paid police. This guy came and arrested me and took me to Namangona police station. Then after like 4 days, OC called me and told me, I came to go through your case, but this is family affairs things. There's nothing why you're here. I'm going to give you a bond. Then you go to Odi Kampala. Odi Kampala, there is a place, there's an office for family. Go there, you'll get home. Then after my release, that was my vacation. I went to Odi Kampala. They gave me a letter to call my dad. I gave it to him. Then he went there. Even my brothers, the other step brothers, joined me. Yes, we have to take our dad to court. Why is he chasing us? Well, this woman has just come. But this woman was a muyai. He knew everybody. When we went to court, things, they just showed that now we are big people. Our dad did what he was supposed to do to us. So it's our time to what? And the step brothers, they said that their mother sold off some things and he went with them. So their mother went with their share. So we should leave our dad alone. So me, when I saw all those things, I remember these guys mistreating me and I'm fighting with them. I remember that I'm a poor kid. Then I said, to hell, let me start my own life. That's where I started. That's when I started my own life. I started my life. As I told you, I'd gone to karaoke first. I had tasted that life of being outside, seeing people smoking, being in bars. So it was very simple to get friends who can, whom I can stay with. I joined those guys. Then my vacation ended. Then that was 2011. I started staying with the boys outside. And these boys got fed up of me. Because I didn't have food, I couldn't bring food, I couldn't bring, those things of osulako womu to sleep in your friends' houses, and that year I was sleeping. Should I sleep to your place? To the other, so I didn't have where to sleep. I didn't know where my mother is. My uncles were these people who are so rich they don't want anybody at their place. Then I ended up on street. In Mengo, because I studied in Lubaga, Uganda Matters Lubaga. So Mengo, I had many OBs and OGs. So that's where I went. Then life tortured me. Then I went to South Sudan. Yes, I went to South Sudan. You remember those days when they said South Sudan, there are a lot of dollars, what? But me, I didn't go to get dollars. I went there to die. Because I had that there's people are harsh, people kill each other. Because let me tell you, I was fed up with my life. Because in all my life, I only got, maybe, I was happy. I remember the only day I was happy is when I got a first grade in P7. That's when my father came, bought me things. They loved me. Because I remember he came back at night. But me, I had never got happiness. Because at home, I was even a young kid. These young brothers, they could come, like you are sitting here, he slaps you. When he slaps you and you say, I'll beat you, he say, he cries. My dad says, my mother comes out, so I didn't have that authority as a big brother. I was this, maybe they could do me, take me. So I grew up with them calling me, I'm a Musudan, because I was tall, so black. So they used to call me those names, Musudani, Mulugwala, those things. So I said, no, this time I should go to Sudan. I got some Sudanese friends. They took me to Sudan. Then by that time I had a girlfriend. She loved me so much because she could even, get me food from their place, take me, she could, whenever she could look at for me when I was on street, bring me food. She loved me. She was a Munyarwanda who loved me so much, the way I am. Then when I went to Sudan, I said, I got a contract. I got a good contract of supplying across Benz tires to those people. They were, constructing roads. So they told me, do you know Uganda? I know Uganda. Can you go and supply us? Go there and you bring us this and this. I was a sharp kid. Then I told them, yeah, I know. I came to Mandela. Yeah, state tires. Then I came. They told me this. They told me each tire, these tubes, not this outside, the tubes. Each tire is 1.5. Then I said, okay. Then I quoted like 2 million. I went to them. They told me supply. I supplied my friend. I talked to some guy there at Mandela. I told him, okay, we can do that deal. Then we supplied. I got some money. I saved something like $5,000 that time. Then after, I sent my girlfriend. No, like 4. I made like 1,000. Then I said, now this money is enough for me to come start life in Uganda. Then I spent some time there in South Sudan doing some contracts like that. Then after, I came back to Uganda, finding when this girl changed her heart. She had changed her heart. She was in a new relationship. She had used up my money. But good enough, she had rented a house in Mengu. I found the car rental with nice chairs, nice bed, nice screen. But the money, whew. But mostly I didn't want the money. I wanted her. But she was in a new relationship with a celebrity, a big producer in Uganda. Then I couldn't get her again. Then when I came back, that made me down. I got, I don't know, but I felt bad. I disliked everybody because she was like my brother, my sister, my mother. She was my friend because in everything I could cry with that girl. Then when she went, I said, now life is meaningless. I started taking liquor, Uganda Warrage, because I had some little money. I started smoking. Then I smoked. I drank all the money, it got over. I started selling off the things in the house, they got over. Landlord started telling me, you are not working these days, you are not paying rent. They chased me away from the house. But by that time I started, there's a Kageta I joined, it's called KIJAMBIYA. That place has kids, which you don't want to know. It has all the thugs. So I was stuck in that place, it's called KIJAMBIYA.
Ani abagamba temuchachi temulindongo ndozulire ndongo ene ya Yesu semadongo mazina maziga gwekitoyagala mazina maziga gwekitoyagala mazina maziga gwekitoyagala njagala mazina kati zina in the name of Jesus kati zina kati zina kati zina in the name of Jesus olimbe mupya ja generation twatusiza our formation maziga nana that dimension Peter dancer rich Zion omulabi yakivudemu anaba Yesu fe tulimu ewakuluma wobokwata nanti fawali na nyinimu ani abagamba temuchachi temulindongo ndozulire ndongo ene ya Yesu semadongo.
Enze Ivan Kitaka Zakariya Balikabya omuzukulu wa Kisingiri naye bwombuuza ennyo mbeera muzzukulu wani Wanankere Ebukerekere. Ebyange byemmanyi ku Rasta wange Rasta Richard zemmanyi nga Richo ate rongo namba bingi nnyo mukwano gwe yalina kuffe ng'abatuuze ba blood gonna omukwano ngumanyi gyali asitoye mubanda abaddewo nga mubanda naye ng'omukwano tagusuula nze okusanga licho gaali maziga ge okubeera nti street nebiki nsanga ku street nga agamba byonna biganye lwaki I'm like this ndiwe nti naye ne mugamba nti mwana ffenna ku street tubeera street kid yo tubeerawo embeera tugipambana yonna naye oba nga obuze ow'okuteeka omutwe nze wendi era tujja kunyiganyiga byonna byetufuna oyo licho gola atwalanga ekikomando ng'okusinga ekikomando tusooka kuwuuta supu ekisooka tusooka ne tuwuuta supu then ne tulya ekikomando nga nakyo kirimu supu ne kamulali so that tunywa amazzi nga mangi erikyo ebbanga ddene lyembadde naye bingi biyinza n'otwala ekiyitibwa emyezi n'emyezi nga mbinyumyako byonna bye tuyiseemu twala tugende kuba kano kuba kasadda twala tugende tulye ku bummira tunywe kawalagi naye ng'ekyasinga ng'okubeera ng'ekikulu ennyo bwe tuba nga tugenda okwebaka tewali alina bbulwamu nnusu 5 ebikeera enkya at least ne bwe tuwuuta supu ekyo kyo oyo yeeronga namba mwebaza mu ekyo twakuumanga 5 ebya supu ne tubiteekamu kaamulali ekyo kyo nga kitubeera ekyaffe ekyokulya oba tuzuukuse 6 oba 7 naye tulina okuyingirawo ne tusooka ne tuwuuta ku supu then ne batusalira chapati oba emu ne tugigabana naye nga tumaze okuwuuta ku supu awo eye long tea abaddewo nga rasta atunda ebintu ebicreatinga ba rasta byonna nga kyalaga nti alina ekkubo lyayagala okolaki okulagamu eddala ze mwagala nnyo era nkyamwagala kyonna ekiriwo kyagenda okukola kyonna ekitambula mu bulamu bwe zonna oba migga oba miki gyonna giggulwe gibeere nga gikola ki gitambulira mu bulamu bwe misuwa n'emisaayi mwagaliza birungi byokka.
So I was stuck in that place. It's called KIJAMBIYA. That's where I was stuck. I started smoking weed. I started smoking cigarette. I started taking liquor. Then my money got over, so I had to adopt their culture. Their culture, the way they could get money is stealing. So I joined there. There is a group called KIJAMBIYA boys, over 50 boys. I started staying with them, chilling with them. For them, their life was they could, during the day they could smoke, take weed, take liquor, do everything with the drugs. Then at night, they start going to places, to clubs, places which happening places. No places like, but mostly bars and clubs. Even walking at night, maybe they can find you walking at night, beat you up, take everything. So I learned boxing. I learned a human body. So they teach you human body. There is where I can touch, maybe beat you, fix you, punch you, and you collapse for 3 minutes. And I take everything. So we learned all that in ghetto. So I started stealing. I learned how to box. Because me, it was simple to me, because learning was simple. Because me, myself, I didn't like myself. Me, I grew up saying, Richard, me, I used to look in the mirror and I said, but who are you? I didn't love myself from day one. I never loved myself. So it was simple. If they could tell me that you were going to stay, I could go, because if I die, I die. So that's why I became, okay, I made a name simply in the ghetto. Because me, naina low, ngabampita musudani naina low. So I didn't love myself. So that's where I joined those boys. So one day, I was seated in the ghetto. There was a leader called Paulo Muro. So that Paulo Muro was the one he was the leader of KIJAMBIYA boys. Then, one day this guy came to me and disturbed me. He punched me, because when you're a leader, even though you beat up someone, they will just look at you. They know you are a bad man. So in the ghetto, to be famous, you have to do something strange. Then this guy came and punched me, took away my things, because I was under him. Then I started remembering everything, how the girlfriend took my money, how I grew up at home. I said, no. I had a bottle. I was taking some beer. Then I had a bottle. I broke it, the bottom part of it, so it became open like this. Then I got the bottle. I pierced him in the face. Like I did like three marks in the face. Like this. He said, "What?" I started, pierced him strongly. So he has those 3 marks. Then blood started coming out from the face. People were like, Zion. They started saying, they used to call me Musudan. Musudan, you're so much, Musudan. Then I said, yeah. Then I told him, after when he was down, I started punching him. But for him, blood was coming. He couldn't fight me because of the blood. Then from that day, they nicknamed me Wrong Number. Said, that guy is a wrong number. So I took up his position. Then I became the leader of those boys. Because when we went on street, I could do strange things. You are moving, like you're walking, I can come when people are still walking during day, I can beat you up, take your things when people are seeing, and I run. So I was a good team leader. So our duty was going to town, pickpocket. We were stealing phones, mainly the phones and bags, pickpocketing, and pulling up the bags from the ladies. And because there are many styles. There is one style whereby I can just, when we are walking, maybe we are in a group of people are many, maybe there is a show, many people are inside, I can just bypass you and I take everything from you when you don't know. So it's a technique. There's another technique, taking it by force. I can box you somewhere, you collapse for 3 minutes. I know the points. I can box your muscles, your vessels, your gullet. I can close your gullet, fix you. This gullet is like a rubber. I can when I punch. There is a way I punch it. It goes like this. Then when you're struggling to breathe, you collapse. So, but after that thing is like a rubber. It comes back after some time. So that time. That's the time I use, even to take your underparts, if I want. Because in those 3 minutes, I can take everything from you. So the main techniques, there's stealing you when you don't know. Say, this guy has just bypassed me when you don't have anything. When I take everything, there is one thing I see. For you, you are stable, you are steady, you are seeing. You cannot do any mistake. I can just punch you. I take things by force. You remember, we are a group. Yes, we are a group. You cannot beat all of us. We are over 50 boys. You have come for sure. Those guys have come in Ate. We have come to seek a million. Those things, everybody. And there are some dangerous places. You say, so we could even also be in those places. Maybe you don't know, you're a newcomer, you just pass, then you can beat you up and take everything. We used to steal from Sanyu Baby's home. You know Sanyu Baby's home? That was my life. Every day, because during the day I'm taking drugs. During the night, I just look which place, amnesia. I know, or you know, the Centenary Park. There were many bars, Babachu, Choto, offend, many bars. So we just look for places. Which places, we want these drunkards. Sometimes even we enter clubs, I can just be like dancing with you, but I'm in your pockets. So there are many techniques for us because we only wanted that smartphone. Maybe you're holding a laptop, we can just find you up, beat you up and take it. So that was my life. For a day I could steal like 50 phones. Me only personally, remember like now how many in the group, everybody steals. Yeah. Okay, but we had a law, we had a system, like in ghetto we share. We share everything. Drugs, you can give me on your cigarette. I can find you eating your commando. I cannot eat alone. So even though we steal, I can steal, then I had like 50 phones because we could steal these phones and we sell them off. You understand? And there are people, smart people who come dressed in suits. They have come to buy stolen phones. So after buying them, they go and they change the serial numbers, buy new covers, put them on market again. Some of them could just take them to Rwanda, like that. Because when I steal a phone in Uganda, in Rwanda it's a new phone. Nobody's going to trace for it. We used to chill, if you can remember, there was like a place called Nakumati. We used to go there every Saturday. Twagaitanga Madala. We could go to Kumadala. So Saturday, rich kids, guys from the rich families could come, buy expensive liquor, open their cars, sit on the balcony, take their liquor. So it became a culture. Everybody wanted to be, every Saturday these youths from school, students could come and chill there, take their liquor. Then after, very late in the night, they join Centenary Park. They go to Laughters. So every Saturday we could come there. Every Saturday, groups of Bayai could come at Nakumat, Kampala Oasis. I don't know whether it's still there. We could come there, but our duty, we could come and, you know, those kids from rich families take drugs, or some of them. We could come and sell our drugs there, even stealing from there. Yeah, so we could come, steal there, steal people's phones around, you know, grab people's phones like that. But one day, there is a group, you know, I told you on the street we share. There is a group, that was 2016. If you can remember 2016 was a presidential year in Uganda. 2016 was a year when the Catholic Pope was coming to Uganda. So when anybody like Pope, Queen, they're coming to Uganda, the intelligence of Uganda looks for every gang group, gangsters, because they want the town to be safe. So I was unwanted 2016. The people could, you know, I was wanted. They didn't know my name. They didn't know my names, but they knew that I'm a Rasta man, black guy, or Musudan. I beat you one, I box you one. You land it down. So I saw this guy stealing a phone from a lady. These guys were coming from Nasa na Chibuloka. If you can remember, you know, there's places you must be knowing, Nasa na Chibuloka. So Nakumat guys could come from Entebbe Ipanda, from Kosovo B13, from Mengo KIJAMBIYA boys, from Nansana Chibuloka. So, you know, gangs come from different places, but they know where to gather. And so on Saturday, that was our first point to gather from. So we could come there, many groups come, and even liquor was cheap. It was really cheap because a bottle of beer was 1,500. Understand? 1,500. In a shop, 3,000. Here, 1,500. So you could come and take. So, and that was one thing also why people could come to Nakumat. Things were so cheap, like the liquor. An expensive bottle in a bar, here it's very, Amalula, yeah, it's very expensive, here it's very cheap. So people could come and buy liquor. I tell you, buy a bottle, you go with your bottle, like a bottle of beer. You buy it, you go with it. Yeah, so that was one thing why we could, we came to Nakumat. We used to come to Nakumat. So I saw this group of Nasa and Chibuloka stealing a phone. We had a system where when I see you stealing, it means I automatically enter the deal. I saw this boy stealing a lady. Then I called them because I was a big name. I was a general. So when you high ranked, even on street, people know, wrong number, you just come. So I called them. I told them, so you guys have seen you stealing the phone. So let's sell this phone and we share the money. Because I steal your iPhone, I sell it 50,000. Yes, that was the highest price. 50. Because me, I just need money to use at that time. Yeah. I steal your Techno phone, they gave me a 30. Like that. So, and these guys were buying phones. For them, they are there. So you look for me and in Phoenix. Even they can tell you, look for me this type. So he said, okay, give me 5 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, let me move around. And I said, was it? So I saw this guy is stealing. Then after, I called them. I told them, man, guys, I've seen you, He told me, yes. I told them, let's sell this phone and we get something. Then, these guys told me, man, we have just stole this phone and this is our first phone, man. We have to sell it and we have no beer to buy, money to buy the beers. So if this come money, we sell this phone and we get some beer inside, because you guys, you have been here for like 30 minutes or 1 hour. For you, at least you have a bottle, but we have to get, because getting access to Nakuma, you have to buy something. So I told them, no, okay, let's start, maybe, okay, we checked the phone, then I told them, okay, let me take the memory card. So memory card was 16 GB. Roughly on the street, you can sell this memory card on 20, 10,000, like that. So I took the memory card, but I placed it in my pocket here. I never sold it. Then I left these boys, we stole our phones, I joined my group, we did what we did that night, then we went back to the ghetto. Then when we went back to the ghetto in the morning, I got this memory card, I placed it in my phone. I said, hey, let me first hear what's on this memory card. Like that. And when I putting it in my phone, there were many songs on it. But that was a song which changed my life. It was Olikatonda by Pastor Justin Nabosa. So in this song, there is a way I said, Ndigamba bana bangera bali kuyita Katonda, that I would tell my kids to call you God. So I had this voice. For real, I had this voice. It was loud. What will you tell your children? So that's where I started remembering me being a president, my dream of being a president. Things came to my head. I was being hunted. Wherever I go, they tell me, wrong number found, wrong number found, wrong number found, wrong number found. Everybody was chasing me because I was being wanted. And it was Mr. Kaihula looking for me.
Harity Zion, Joshua's pond a bit. Hey, in another one, Samadandari. Wake them pulira ngaloza. Haku bulungi bwe, umukwano gwe ne kutisa kye kuba byankoledde bingi. Naye simanyi oba ndi mulungi ekimala, nze bwe ndwala ddagala. Entidde mwata amalala tegansuula, ebiseera ebimu sisaba, n'ekimu eky'ekkumi sometimes nsikiwa kyokka bwe ŋŋenda okusaba. Ngenda leeti taata saasira mu kyaki mu kkanisa, waliyo akawala kankuba okuzaama kati mu kifo ky'okusaba. Zira kwako kendowooza oba mwoyo gwa butamanya, ebintu byensi bino bye bikutawaanya, oba mwoyo gwa butamanya. You nice to me, kasubire nange, I'm nice to you. You nice to me, kasubire nange, I'm nice to you. Bansonyiwe, tata bansonyiwe, nze sikyaddamu anyway. Bansonyiwe, tata bansonyiwe, nze sikyaddamu anyway. Nange nteekako ekisa, mbeera ow'omwoyo kaweekube endongo. Emyoyo gisumululwa bazibe batunula, n'abalema batambula, wagamba twogere.